We had to use it twice,
Did ya?
because nothing was wrong with it the first time they towed it, and we went, there's something, because it wouldn't start, new battery in it, nothing, and then did it again inside the building. So we had to jerk it out and put it in, and it was the fuel pump, which when we bought it, the gas gauge didn't work anyway. So we knew there, not the fuel pump, the fuel, yeah, it was the pump, because it's on there, and so we had to look.
All right, yep, at 8
Not to
o'clock.
rush you.
Yep. I didn't want to interrupt Lisa. We'll call the meeting to order. Paul,
Present.
Dean,
Here.
Bernie,
Here.
Neil,
Here.
Courtney's here, Jason,
No.
Corey
Here.
is here. We also have Lisa Heiser, and is Amanda, are you on via Zoom? Can you hear us? Got her mic on.
I'm not sure.
Was it dialed in even? Did you dial?
We don't ever dial in, but Zoom is in. Zoom is on, I should say.
Okay. And I just,
No, Amanda.
Neil, you didn't know if she was gonna come for this one or not?
No, she
Okay,
mentioned for the commission meeting she'd be on
Okay.
Zoom, so.
Zoom not working?
No, audio recording, video's up.
can we proceed without
Yes,
her?
please.
Okay. Is the recording working now? Okay.
We should be good. Yeah.
All right, any changes or additions to the agenda today?
Madam Chair, I'd like to add livestock building change order number 1.
That'd be under new business?
Yes, please.
And then I'd like to add park board resignation under new business as well.
Madam Chair, I'd like to add to old business, Lakeview Park review discussion.
Lakeview Park review discussion? Okay, any other changes or additions? I think I got all those.
I'd move to approve the agenda as modified.
All right, there's a motion by Neil. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Bernie or Paul? All those in favor?
Aye.
Pose same sign. All right. Did everybody have a chance to, excuse me, review the minutes of the last meeting? And if so, were there any corrections, additions, changes to those minutes? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
I'll make a-
Oh, hold on, we've got two sets, so, let's start with August 5th.
Make a motion to approve August 5th meeting minutes?
Okay, there's a motion to approve August 5th. Is there a second?
I'll second.
15 seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Alright. Okay, the August 14th minutes, which
make-
was apparently a very short meeting because it
Yeah.
didn't have much
I'll make a
in.
motion to approve August 14th minutes.
Alright, a motion from Corey. Is there a
Second.
second? Bernie? Okay, all those in favor of approving the August 14th minutes, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. All right, those minutes are approved. Let's move on to bills for approval, starting with the general fund. Looks like there's a total 20,801.43 cents. Lisa?
Yep, so our county parks vehicle, the pickup had to be towed twice and then install a new fuel pump, which is actually good because our fuel gauge did not work in there. It was very difficult to tell whether we had gas or not. So That was the $1,560 for both of those combined. The pest control at the fairgrounds, and then the battery replacement, our water truck died and needed new batteries. So they were 14 years old. So that was, we got our money's worth on those, I guess, but we were shocked by that. But got those installed. Outback Lumber, just some T-posts for the Purina Endurance Trials. Those posts we will use next year again for them to create their barrier so the dogs don't go into other yards or get out onto the road. Rough Rider Commission is the Rough Rider Days fair reimbursements that you guys had approved for on the last meeting for $17,836.45.
I'd have a question about the T-posts. Shouldn't that be a fair board expense?
Yes, but they did not have a charge account when we did that, so there will be a reimbursement check on that.
Okay, okay.
Does this kind of max the Rough Rider Commission out, or do they still have some?
That's it.
Okay.
Yep, that makes the final payment for them.
Okay. I would make a motion to approve the bills as submitted.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve the general fund bills. Any other discussion? If not, we'll do a roll call vote. This is just for the general fund for the total of $20,801.43. Paul?
Aye.
Dean?
Aye.
Bernie?
Aye.
Neil?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Corey?
Aye.
All right, just those are approved. Nothing in the special project fund, so we can move on to new business. We're gonna skip old business for last, because there might be a little bit longer discussion there, and I have to duck out a little early if so. So we're gonna go to new business first. So we'll start with the weed spray equipment proposal.
Yep, so you have that in front of you, and this is just basically to have a 60-gallon tank with a boom and also a hand nozzle to spray the weeds at the fairgrounds and at the motorsports park. It's similar to the one I was using from our personal sprayer, but you can just slide it in to the box of the side-by-side and use that, and then it's got a stand to be able to take it in and out as you need it.
Does it take two people to load it, or can one person do it?
One person. The stand, you just back up into it and then
Oh.
just shove it on.
Okay.
Yep.
You have the width on that? Or is it just as wide as the,
Wide as the four-wheeler.
only
Yep,
that wide?
yep.
Okay, you don't
It's
have
got
booms.
three sprays.
Yep, it's got 3 spray nozzles in the back
Hose.
for boom. Yep, and then the hoses, and it has a reel on it and 60
Would there be an
gallons.
advantage of having it wider?
No, because the four-wheeler can only handle so much weight, and this is about the max weight that
Yeah,
that
but
a
the
side-by-side
booms aren't
can
gonna weigh
handle.
that much. I mean, I have the one with 12 foot.
Oh, you mean the boom? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
Right,
We could add something to have
I'm
a
just
wider
wondering
boom
if
if we need to.
that's gonna be the least expensive component of what you're
Yeah.
doing. And, rather than spraying 4-foot strips, I mean, if it's all tight, narrow stuff, fine, 4 foot. But
No,
if you have the
no, it's
ability
wide
to get to
open.
12 or 14
Yeah.
feet, that would make a difference, I think.
Yeah, and maybe that can happen on there. I never asked
Yeah.
about that, but we can
That's a
certainly.
good idea. I'm sure you can't, you shut the.
Yeah,
flow
then they're
off
all
to-
separate.
You can flow off, shut
Yeah,
the flow off to the booms.
pump systems probably set up 100 of those, so.
Yep.
Yeah, we can ask that.
I just wanna make sure it gets used, and it sounds like it would.
Yeah, I mean, I sprayed with our side-by-side with our sprayer on there and sprayed and sprayed and sprayed. So there was, I think we did it in the early mornings, late at night, and just tried to get everything sprayed and up. We didn't get everything done, but a good majority of it.
I'm glad that 60 gallon, because I got a 45 gallon, and you don't get anything done,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. This is just a little bit more, and, it's enough to spray everything we need to spray, because I think I probably mix 2 or 3 each time loads, and ours is just a 50 at home. This one's a 60, so you could get even more done that way. And that's about as much as you really want to be spraying anyway. There's just.
This
a
goes
ton
on
of
back to
wind.
side by side, right? Not a-
Yes.
Okay.
Yep,
Because that's 600 pounds worth of,
yeah.
Is
Once it's
the
full.
equipment from the weed board not available for use?
Equipment, I don't know what would be available to them, but it takes us an hour to grab the equipment from them, take it out to the fairgrounds, fill everything up, clean everything out, take it back, and it's just so much wasted time in there. And when it's very iffy on wind, it really takes a lot of extra to do. So after the last discussion I had, you know, with what the struggle was, the side-by-side they provided beeped, a high-pitched beep the entire time it ran. So you drove with that high-pitched beep, you operated with that high-pitched beep for hours on end, and Travis just said that was normal. He took it in and they said, that's fine. But I said, I assure you, that's not normal. And so we just decided we would use our own and try and do that, versus trying to take their equipment and use that.
You know,
I
and
think over the long run, you're saving lots of time running back and forth. And if there's something wrong with it, you pick it up, and all of a sudden,
Yeah,
you know, when you park it and you put it away, you know, it's ready to go the next time.
right.
I guess I'm, you know, and certainly not opposed to it, but in the back of my mind, the question does come, is this you know, if we have a side-by-side with the booms at the weed board, and I don't know how many hours a year they put on it, you know, coordinating it might be the most efficient use of taxpayer funds. If this is the most efficient use of taxpayer funds, I would support it. I know we have this thing going on with weed and the fairgrounds, so, I guess.
What do we have going on with?
Well,
weed
I
in the
mean, it just
fairgrounds?
seems that there's,
I think there's been a lot of discussions over the last couple of years about the weed board and the fairgrounds and mutual working together kind of thing. You know, if he's got people, he doesn't have guys, he can help, but he can't help, you know, stuff like that. You know, we've got the motor park out there, we've got the fairgrounds.
I just don't think it's an equipment issue.
No, it's not.
That's my point.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
not an equipment
you know,
issue.
Travis has moved towards using those boom trucks more or less for right of way, and I know that those side by sides do get used, but I mean, I have a feeling that we could darn near dedicate
Can,
some of this equipment, that equipment, to the fairgrounds
If
during
it could
this.
stay at the fairgrounds, that'd be fine.
can we get a list of his inventory? I mean,
One quick thing before we talk about that, because when we asked about that, because of how it's taxed and received with the taxes, we were told we can't put something out there and have it out there because it's for noxious weeds only. And so if they were to spray that stuff, we would have to have our own. So that would be something maybe, Paul, you could talk with Travis about, but that was the discussion, and that's why I went towards this. So
If
I'm
you
not
bought-
opposed to them having equipment, but we need it out there.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
if you bought
just-
this today, would you use this year yet?
Yes,
Because I was
absolutely.
saying the only thing would be to
Yep.
get us a price on the wider
Right,
boom.
yep, and that can happen. I mean, it doesn't really, we've got most everything sprayed. There's some things that need to be sprayed yet, but
so, just real quick, not to waste time, his equipment is for noxious weeds. You said there's some kind of clause that we can't transfer it over.
by
or
the way,
utilize
it's
it.
taxed because it's taxed for the weed board, and the weed board's mission, according to him, is they spray noxious weeds, period. They
Okay.
don't spray kochia and things like that. And so,
I think
There-
that's
there
a
was
tech-
some
I think that's a
disconnect with that.
technicality.
yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
thought so
I'm
too,
sorry.
but that's, yeah.
A weed is a weed, yes, a noxious weed, and you can set your equipment up to spray noxious weeds one day and other typical traditional weeds one day. Now, the taxing part, you know, that might be an issue. I mean,
mean,
it's
it
under
is a-
county control, so we
It's a
just,
levy, I mean, we levy
Yes,
specifically for the
I
weed
struggle
board.
with that.
I mean,
Is this something that we could look
Common
at, what
sense
his
doesn't come
inventory
from
and what he
here.
has sitting
Yep.
around, and
Yep.
that maybe we can transfer something over?
Yeah, well, I don't even know if we need to transfer it, we just need to make it available, is what it is. My point is, if Travis is putting 300 hours a year on his side-by-side, that's different. If he's only putting 60 or 70 hours on that side-by-side, that's different. That opens up a lot of windows to share the equipment. I'm just going future years with these budget things and caps, we gotta figure out how to maximize efficiencies with equipment. And given and not just, not just the fairgrounds or anything else, we seem to, everybody wants to have their own stuff, and I just don't know that that's the right path.
Fine, but like I said, is it possible to make sure that
Well,
lives out there?
yes.
Because it saves the time of, it's calm out this morning, let's go get it, and you lose an hour of time.
How many times you spray a season?
Well, that's hard to really say because it just depends on the
How many
wind,
hours
but
do you spend spraying in a year?
I really don't know because we should essentially start in May when those weeds start coming out. They should start spraying then before they get a foot tall, but we didn't have the ability to do that at that point. So, from then, you should have at least probably a weekly spray because we can't put residual down. My understanding is if we have the residual stuff, because they make one that's like a 4-year residual, that could harm livestock if we do that. So that's why
I'm gonna move that we table this. I would like Lisa to get us a price on a wider boom option. And then I would like an inventory that Commissioner White says of the weed board's inventory and an approximate usage of the equipment that would potentially be shared. So we have a little more information to make a decision.
Yep.
Yeah, utilization is a key. If
Yeah.
it's sitting around for,
I think there's 3 of them.
Okay.
okay.
Okay. So there is a motion to table this for Lisa to go get a quote for a wider boom, and who's gonna get the list of the inventory?
I will.
Paul? All right, is there a second?
Second.
Corey seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pose same sign. All right, moving on, County Parks Director position. Guessing that was put on by you, Lisa.
Yes. Here. So I am giving you my resignation effective immediately. So if you wanted me to finish this meeting, I will finish it for you. But I am not going to continue my employment with the county.
I think having you here for the rest of the meeting is,
I think that would be
Helpful.
beneficial if we could finish the
Yeah.
meeting.
Okay, I will see.
okay. Anything else you want to say?
No.
about that? Okay. Next thing I have is the livestock building, change order number 1.
Yeah, one of the items in the two's bid was he had an alternate or an option, I guess, of putting in tie beams with the concrete columns. And he doesn't know until the structural engineer designs that column foundation, what it will be needed, but he would need, once he has that, he wants to start the process. So what I'd like to see us do is make a conditional approval of the tie beam allowance of what his number was, 50,500, in case the structural engineer requires those tie beams. So I would move to make that a contingent or a conditional approval.
I'd second it.
So, sorry, is there, the variance would be, is there a certain cap on it, or is it just dependent on what that?
He bid it at 50,500, so his comment, I think, at the time of the bid was he didn't know if they would be needed or not. I just don't see how they won't be needed, but if his structural says they're not needed, we're good, but if they're needed, we approve it so that we can move forward without waiting until the next meeting, because he'd like to start his work as soon as he gets the structural approval.
All right, so,
And that would bring our total bid for the project, instead of 723, 327, it would move us up to potentially as high as 773, 827.
All right, so Neil, did you make a motion?
I did.
Okay,
I
and Paul
seconded it.
seconded. All right, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, oh wait, do we have to?
Let's-
Okay. Paul,
Aye.
Dean,
Aye.
Bernie,
Aye.
Neil,
Aye.
chair votes aye. Corey?
Aye.
All right, that passes. Park board resignation?
Yep, Jason Voss has issued his resignation by text message this morning. And so we will be looking for a new person to be on the board. And there's 2 or 3 that are interested in applying for that position already. So you just have to accept his resignation, I guess.
Is there a motion to accept Jason's resignation?
Moved.
Second?
No second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
For the new person, do we have to wait till they apply, or before we
to
have
get
any
with Joetta.
discussion? Because I am aware of somebody who's interested.
Need to get with Joetta and have it posted on our website,
Okay.
that there's an opening and go through that whole process.
Okay. Right, we will table that discussion then, obviously. All right, we can move on to old business then, right?
Did you vote
Get
on
everything?
I would.
We didn't.
Motion.
I think we should probably, I mean, since we're in old business, well, I guess we're in new business, but we should circle back with Lisa here. I mean, while we have you here, we might as well get a little, if you could get us back up to speed, kind of where we're at. I mean, is Bailey on board? She's well briefed to take care of the Prina folks out there?
They're taken care of.
Okay. All right. Can we jump to the Lakeview Park discussion while she's here, concerning that?
Yes.
Okay. I just was wanting to, I drove by today, I'm just curious, do you have any idea when delivery of that equipment is? Or is-
Just got a call this morning and it's being delivered to the road department.
Perfect.
So there's one delay, excuse me, that's the main piece. I forget what they were called, the 2 smaller pieces are delayed in their shipping, but the main big piece is here
So we
this
just
morning.
need
And
to-
Todd's unloading it, or his people are unloading it.
Oh, it's here now.
So we
Yes,
just need to
this morning.
coordinate, well, so do we have some groundwork to do with the road bunch? Are they gonna do some
Yeah,
groundwork?
I think they're doing the building at the fairgrounds stuff first, and then whatever they have to do on,
Do we have
at
any kind of
Lakeview.
specs that we need to put together there for the base for that playground equipment?
no, nope, they're all pure Anchor.
Okay.
Anchor, we purchased it with
Well, maybe
that.
we can, Commissioner White, maybe we can get together with you and discuss that with Todd and maybe get that thing prepped up good for that. As far as bids on the covered structure, do we have any ideas out there?
We did not take bids on it, but we do have people that are willing this fall to come and give you guys designs on it. Most of the contractors right now that I've talked to do not have time to do it yet.
Well, I
And
mean,
it
I think
seems
we-
pretty simple, but
in
fitting
an
it
effort to
in.
not let this slip through the cracks, we should maybe put out some sort of advertisement that we're looking for at least quotes from some contractors to get this thing kind of get somebody kind of on the hook on this thing. So maybe continue.
Well,
to-
I think
gotta
we
give us some
certainly could,
specs.
yeah, I think we certainly could do that. Yeah, it should kind of get whatever, but since it's under the bidding threshold, you can certainly go out and solicit it as well. So you could find contractors and bid it or advertise it. I think it's a little simpler process.
It's a pretty simple or building or what we're
Yep.
trying to do there,
Yep.
but at the same time, I mean, want people to have the,
Yep,
appropriate
shot at it.
chances at it
Yep.
and make sure we're getting our best bang for our buck if we can.
well, in the meeting, I believe it was the June meeting, when Paul had asked for me to go to Menards, and I discussed that with him, that they would do the building, but nobody wants to put up that. They want to go through their own supplier, and that was the problem that we faced. So then they said, well, check with me this fall, and, there's several of them that will do it. It's just they don't have time right now. So if you find somebody, that
Okay.
would be an easy project, I would think, fast one.
All right. Well, I just want to make sure that the folks out at the Prina trial, they know about the handoff. Bailey's, you're making the handoff to Bailey today, and just so they know that. And
Yeah.
so they know who to con, they're not pestering you about it.
Nope,
so.
nope, they know everything is taken care of for them, so, yep.
Any other discussion with that one? All right, we can move on to our
Did
last.
we have a vote on the resignation, or?
I thought I
we did
did,
not.
but I did not. Okay, thank
Not for
you.
Lisa, we didn't.
Yeah.
Well, for Jason.
For Jason, we
For
did.
Jason.
Have a second, the first.
For Jason,
For
we did not
Jason-
for Lisa.
Do we have
Is
to
there
vote on
a vote
Lisa's?
that needs to be taking place for?
I'm not even sure we had to have one for Jason. I mean, if he resigns, he
Yeah,
resigns.
it's a
I mean,
resignation.
It's not like we can't
Can't
deny
force
him
him
his
to stay.
resignation.
Can't force him to stay.
Okay,
So are we good?
I think we're good.
Anyway, Lisa, thank you for all the years of
Yep, you're
work
welcome.
that you've done for us.
Very
And
welcome.
I don't know where you're going or what you're gonna do, but best of luck to where you're gonna go.
Thank you, appreciate
Thank you.
that.
And hopefully we can call you if we run into problems.
Good luck.
That's not a yes, that's not a yes, that's not a no.
Battery is dead.
All right, anything else? Okay, we will move on to our last item, which is the motorsports park status and proposal. I have Darcy Dennis in parentheses.
Hello, everyone, again. Like you guys said, Darcy Dennis with Rough Rider Motorsports Southwest Speedway. We did have a group come forward that wants to take over everything out there. It would be a board setting. We would move back to a board setting this year, or with your approval, I guess I should say, with all of this. It would be a club ran program that it would go back to, that would rent the whole facility and would work hand in hand with the motocross, just like it was, which is what is currently going on. They would also like to keep as many of the current people as possible to make the transition as flawless as possible. And then just to touch one more time on kind of what we talked about the last time, the last 2 years have been really great, very profitable, and everything is moving up from the racers, the fans, the events that they're having out there. And hopefully with this new group as a board, we could get new ideas as to what could make this even more successful. So I guess we're here today to kind of ask for your guys' approval to move forward with this as a board. And
So the board, this is a nonprofit,
it would move into a nonprofit this year.
okay?
Yep.
All right.
I think that's good news. I think just in the lane of efficiency, so the current lease expires at the end of the year, I believe.
Yep.
So what we should do is originate a lease. I don't know if State's Attorney Amanda did that or not, but we should originate a lease to go to your group, have your group, once it's organized,
Yep.
submit
This is a
whatever.
10-year lease?
A 10-year.
Oh, I have no idea, I just did it.
Okay with that? I would be, but I don't know about anybody else. We were kind of hoping right now, just to, like I said, just kind of get the okay on this, and then we would probably come back to you guys next month with
Yeah.
everything.
I think we, personally, I'd like to see a couple small changes in the lease, but I'm glad we've went through this, because I told you last month, it's triggered a lot of conversations. I've had a couple calls
Yeah.
on this as well, so people have to be vested, and sounds like your group is vested.
Yes.
So I would support that. I just want some small changes to
Yeah.
the lease, so.
So you have the board makeup kind of already put together?
In its own right, yeah, for the most part.
Okay, have you done all the, working on the filing with
We
the
have
feds
not,
and all
no,
that
I didn't
business?
want to start anything until I got your guys' approval first, and then we'll move forward with everything that needs to be done.
I suppose he's gonna be involved.
There's a couple of us
Okay,
here
good.
today.
That's good. All right. Excellent.
Any other questions for me?
If it's okay with you, we'll start our paperwork on our side, and you start yours, and
Okay,
bring it to the board next month, and
okay,
I think that'd be a nice transition.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Might be
Thanks
nice
for your
to
work on
Thank
this.
you, guys.
Circulate the
Thank you.
lease or-
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yes. I
Sorry,
agree.
no, you're good.
You're-
Right.
And if it took more time to approve one more month, we could certainly do it in November as well, so.
Okay, and no other discussion with that? I think that was our last thing.
I just, and we're kind of jumping around here, but I'll put it out there. I'll take the lead, start looking for some bids or some quotes on that covered structure at Lakeview.
Perfect.
Okay, and we'll work with Corey, getting that dirt thing. And I suppose we have to coordinate with the city of, or Dickinson Parks and Rec a little bit here too, let them know what's going on, get that thing done. Okay.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Teed it up.
I didn't even have to leave.
You did good there, Courtney.
Revenue